Hello and welcome to Hobby Days. In this video I'll be showing you how to correctly stuff amigurumi pieces. I'm going to split it into three parts. Open pieces such as this body, limbs when you need to firmly stuff paws and lightly stuff the rest, and finally closed pieces such as this puppy head. So we're going to begin by pulling apart the stuffing to get rid of any clumps. I'm using a polyester fibre fill for this, as it wears really well and can be washed. Now the key to this is to add a little at a time. So what I'm going to do is push it down the sides of the piece to the bottom. I'll just use the back of my fingers. That's nicely free of any clumps. And just keep adding, turn the work as you go, pushing down the sides towards the bottom. Let's speed this up a bit. You'll be surprised at how much stuffing you actually need, and it does take a while, but it's worth taking your time to ensure that you don't have any gaps and you don't create any lumps and bumps. Now when you get to about 4 rounds from the top, you want to work the next round according to the pattern, as it can be really easy to pick up the stuffing with your crochet hook. And you don't want to crochet that into your stitches. Now continue adding more stuffing after each round until you get to the top. Give it a squeeze. You kind of want it to be squishy, if that's a word, but it should bounce back into shape. Now when you come to attach the head to the body, you should add even more stuffing to the neck. Once you've sewn about halfway round, this will prevent the head from being floppy. I'll put the link to how to attach the head to the body on screen, and I'll drop it in the description below as well. Okay, so if you were stuffing a closed piece, you'd use the same process, but when you get to the last few rounds it can get a bit tricky. So I crochet up to my finger so as not to pull the stuffing through. And when you get to the last round, you'll be working on the front loop only anyway, assuming you're doing an invisible decrease. I have a video for that too, so you can finish stuffing at this point. Here's one I finished earlier, nice and firm, but it bounces back. Bearing in mind it will soften as it's played with, so don't be afraid to stuff firmly. And finally, when you're told to firmly stuff for pieces such as this, you want to tuck it into the tip here, and I cup it in my hand to prevent stretching the stitches, because I don't want the stuffing to show through. And just keep adding more until you can't possibly add any more. It's nice and firm. Now sometimes you'll be told to continue stuffing or continue to lightly stuff as you work. What I like to do is continue stuffing in the usual way, but once I get to 3 or 4 rounds from the top, I don't add any more stuffing. The reason being that when attaching the limbs to the body, and yes, I do have a video on that too, I like for the limbs to lie quite flat to the body, and if you stuff all the way to the top, they'll stick out to the sides. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please like and subscribe to see more, and feel free to leave a comment, and I will see you next time.